Hey, there it is. Getting us kick-started off on another good note.
And our guest picker, we're going to keep it in the family.
That's right.
Seth Anderson. Oh, wait a minute. State champions of 2021 from Waseca. Welcome, Seth.
Hey, good to be here. I can honestly say it never gets old getting introduced like that.
I was gonna say, so that just means you have to you get to continue doing it because that is a great introduction. So it's like, yeah, might as well just keep going.
Yeah, I've got about 5 months left of that.
Yep.
After losing our top 8 players from last year, I don't think we're looking at a repeat.
Is a rebuilding, not a reloading year?
It'll be a rebuilding year. Yeah, a little rebuilding, but we'll be middle of the pack, but it is what it is.
That's all right. No, that's always been incredible. But before we get too far into it, we'll touch more on that. But say we spin that intro.
Oh yeah, the intro. There we go. Okay, and we're back. It is week 7, and this is exciting. As usual, we go back and look and see how Alex throttled us.
Yeah, it's peachy.
Do that every week. It should have been a flawless week.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda.
What did?
Yeah. I wasn't surprised seeing Texas dominate that game in the first half because I said it. Go back and listen to it in last week's episode. I'm like, it doesn't matter. Texas always plays tough, but somehow it's always a neck and neck game. I think it's back-to-back years now. It's gone to overtime. It's absolutely insane.
Yeah, that the Red River game and then Arkansas and Ole Miss. It was like, no, not the last play of the.
Again, with Arkansas, I was watching the first half. I'm like, yeah, blowing this pick right here. Done watching that, and hey, here we go.
Yeah,
and then Michigan or Nebraska, Michigan. That was, even though we all picked Michigan to win, it was a pretty good game at home.
Yeah,
I'd say so.
It definitely was. Say, Josh, that Illinois pick's looking good for you.
I think, yeah. I don't know what the heck. There's a lot of so and so. Like Ole Miss won, they just didn't win by enough. But hey, again, good week back to a bad week, and I'm just separating myself further and further into last place, which is great. It's what you want.
And Alex caught up to the guests. I double up whatever it is. So whatever I get this week, it'll happen again in week 8. And so Seth, the pressure's on for you to keep carrying the guests.
Yeah, they've always been above 500, so there is some pressure.
I don't have a lot of experience with the Vegas betting lines. I'm not retired or close enough to a casino to be.
That's tough.
Father Tim and the family. You wouldn't believe it, but he's kind of turned into the gambling expert. I think he has money on pretty much every golf outing every week.
Are you serious?
He started about 3 years ago, and it's weird. Like we'll sit down and you'll be like, man, did you see? He'll throw some random name out there. Won the John Deere Classic.
Who would have thought? Just big golf better. No.
So so he's all fired up about the tour. I think that happens with age. Dean, maybe you can speak on that better, but I don't get it.
Well, I can't speak to it yet, but he's got 5 years on me. So by the time it may happen.
Yeah, give it time. It'll be there. The interest in golf has been growing. It's just the bet line is going to come with it pretty soon.
The whole playing golf, I get that. I'm all in with that, but the watching golf, I mean, that's nap time television.
Oh no, that's good Sunday television right there. Championship Sunday. He's like, oh yeah, no actual 6 hours quick. Here we go.
A couple of knee surgeries, lay you up. Man, you can really watch some good TV.
That's right.
Prime for that. You can't move. So, oh goodness.
Okay, Alex, get us started. Week 7. Right.
First game, Michigan State at Indiana. Michigan State is picked to win by 4.5 points. Seth.
Oh man, when you hear Michigan State, Indiana, I was thinking 1970s basketball matchups with Judd Heathcote and Bobby Knight squaring off. But I don't think Magic Johnson or Quinn Buckner are coming through the door. But from the first look at it, it looks like Michigan State is having an overachieving season and Indiana's having an underachieving season.
Yep.
Just upon from what I've understood coming into the season, it seemed like the Indiana had a really good quarterback. I have no idea what his name is.
Nope.
He seemed fairly highly touted, and I haven't heard a thing from him. But fun fact before I make this pick, Grandpa Jack, my dad and I once got kicked off the Michigan State football field.
For sneaking on during the summertime. We're on our baseball trip, and there was a door open. We walked in it, and we were running around on the field, and one of the workers didn't appreciate it, ran us off the field. So, yeah.
With that being said, I just don't think 3.5 points is enough, or what is it, 4.5?
4.5.
I don't think 4.5 is enough for Indiana. I think Michigan State still wins this one.
All right.
Yep. Couldn't have said it better, Seth. I am right there with you. Michigan State.
Oh gosh. I hate to go against the hot hand with Alex and the guest.
Hey, we saw this played out last year. We've got a couple hot hands.
Yeah, a couple of hot hands. Maybe I
jump down
quite yet. I from the beginning, I'm gonna go Michigan State. They are having a good year. Even though it's at Indiana, it's prime time for them. Let's make it happen. Let's go Sparty. Cover.
I'm staying in Michigan State. We'll just stay across the board. Yeah, when Seth, you were talking about Michael Penix, I was it's kind of telling. 4 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. But Kenneth Walker, he's gonna nail it. MSU, the algorithm has it by 21.
Whoa, big one.
We might have to make a run to Mistake Lake here soon, fellas.
There we go.
Get the sport books out. Let's go. All right, next game, probably my favorite game of the week. It's going to be fantastic. Nebraska at Minnesota. Nebraska is picked to win by 3.5 points. Oh, I'm excited.
Yeah, Seth. I also love this game.
This is an awesome game because it after the first week of the season, I was driving home and the people on the radio were basically burying Nebraska for the season already after a bad loss. I have no idea about Nebraska. It seems like they've had some better games lately. I just have no idea what kind of Minnesota team we're going to get here. I felt really good about them after Colorado. Felt terrible the next week.
Felt good beating Purdue.
Yeah, I just and now with the top 2 running backs out, they don't even know what happened to this last guy. But I'm a little worried about the Minnesota Gophers. But Scott Frost, cool story. I always think it's cool when you're an alumni coaching your home team, and I know he's been on the hot seat, and their fan base is desperate. But man, and Nebraska people, they still think the N on their helmet stands for knowledge.
Yeah. That's why you go to school there.
It doesn't, though. It doesn't.
No.
I'm gonna go, just because I'm hesitant, kind of like I am as a Vikings fan. I'm hesitant. I'm gonna take Nebraska here.
Yeah. I don't think you're wrong there.
You know what? I'm gonna stem off Seth right there. One, I'm really bummed I can't make this game because I'm really excited to see Nebraska beat Minnesota. So we know where my pick's going.
Oh, yeah.
Nebraska has had a season like the Minnesota Vikings. They've played a lot of really good teams. They've lost by 1 or so possessions. They've always been in it. And Yeah, I think this should be an easy win for Nebraska in Minnesota. Let's go Big Red.
Yeah. But before Big Red, there's Big Blue. Big Blue. Snowball on the microphone. This is the beautiful bush. You can't see it.
I can't see it. Camouflage.
Not only can the YouTubers can't see it, but the Spotify people can't see it.
I'm looking at that. I can't even see it.
It is my beautiful limited edition hunting bush light can. And you could hear that crack so crisp on my beautiful blue snowball microphone. And there they are. I needed all of that because I've been to this Minnesota-Nebraska game many a times. And Minnesota's been favored. Minnesota's been, chosen, picked to lose. They've been the underdog. And somehow at home, they always seem to win. And by golly, I'm going to stick with them. Let's go, Goldie. You're coming off a bye week. You're rested. You're figuring out the running back situation. Defense is pumped. They're a good team. Let's go Gophers. Big win at home.
Well, you three know where my heart is. This one is agonizing. Oh my gosh. This is it. You look at Nebraska, 13 in the country for offense. Their offense looks really good at times, and they've been the bridesmaid 3 times. But they give the ball away. And so if they bring the team that is the bridesmaid, the Gophers aren't playing good enough to stop them. Right. But I just think I think they're going to let down. I don't think last week was their game. They had the full house in Lincoln. Yep. Gophers number 2 offense in the defense in the Big Ten. Tanner's due. Irving is going to step in. PJ says we're deep at running back. Gophers, and the algorithm has the Gophers +5. So go on the Gophers.
Let's go. No, I'm excited for it.
+5? Doesn't that mean they lose by 5?
No. My algorithm is the other way.
Hey, where can we find this magical algorithm?
It's like the secret recipe. You just never know about it, but it's there. Yeah. He could just be pulling these numbers out of his ass. No one knows.
All right. I'm excited to watch this game. It's going to be good. Next game, I'm not that excited about, and I don't know much about both these teams. Rutgers at Northwestern.
Yeah. Everyone's favorite.
Northwestern is picked to win by 2.5 points. I'm assuming since they're the home field advantage. I know, Seth, you got a lot on these teams. Let's hear it.
This jumped off the page at me of just 2 terrible teams and terrible cities with terrible mascots and a terrible fan base.
There you go. A lot of terrible.
I've never heard of it before, but I think this is a preseason early friendship game.
I like it.
And when I was looking at it, is Northwestern the most common name for a college in the United States?
Oh, I think so.
Yes.
A lot of them.
Man, the only thing that gets me excited about Rutgers is that Jimmy V used to coach there, and he talks about it in his famous speech.
Yeah, that's right.
Other than that, Rutgers, Northwestern can be surprising in football once in a while.
Every now and then.
I just I don't see Rutgers beating them at Northwestern. I don't think they're getting enough points. So I got to go Northwestern.
There we go. Whole lot of uncertainty from there, and I'm with you. I feel the same.
Yeah, way. Alex is shaking his head already.
Well, all right, where's my quarter at? On that note, I know in Northwestern they're gonna play a clean game. Rutgers can be athletic at times. They looked pretty good against Ohio State last week, I believe. I'm kidding. Yeah, I'm gonna go Northwestern to win.
Hey, geez. Yeah. I don't know. I'm going to dig in my inner Darla on this one. Darla seems to like the juice guy. You got to have juice on the D-line. Love the mentality. You know what? He's going to bring it. Sometimes I got a little bit of juice. So let's go Northwestern for that reason only.
Gosh, Hunter Johnson, I keep saying he's going to come around. The algorithm has Rutgers winning by 10.
Pick them.
Wow, so pick them then.
Let's just do that then. Rutgers.
All right.
That's it.
And we'll move on.
Now. Consistency. All right. Purdue at Iowa. Iowa is picked to win by 11.5 points. By the way, their stadium looked pretty awesome. They had the black, yellow going around. That was kind of cool to watch last week.
I was pretty upset for the fact that Purdue couldn't hold on to a 10-point, or not Purdue, that Penn State couldn't hold on to a 10-point lead in the fourth quarter. That was pure frustration.
I love
that could have evened the picks out very nicely. But hey, you know what? Don't live in the past. Let's go.
Seth.
Very cool. All right. I didn't know if that's, sometimes I just don't know when to cut Josh off when he's on a roll.
Hey, it's scary, you know?
No.
I thought he was going to start talking about the Germans bombing Pearl Harbor for a second.
Yeah, is that just like him?
You know, in our neck of the woods here in southern Minnesota, I think Iowa has become partially the more annoying team than Wisconsin lately.
Because they're better.
I have a lot of colleagues that are Iowa fans, and they wear that stupid Iowa clothing seems like every Friday. And they just have way too many bragging rights right now. But wow, Iowa coming off probably their best win in, a couple decades here.
A long time.
It is pretty cool. It's close to Minnesota. My assistant coach here at Waseca, his daughter named their kids Carver, Kinnick, and Luca after Luca Garza in the stadiums.
Oh my!
Wow.
So kidding me?
It's getting embarrassing how much love Iowa is getting right now.
God.
But what I've seen from Purdue just isn't enough. I think Iowa is really riding a hot streak right now. I'm going to take Iowa.
Absolutely.
That's stealing all my picks here. I think Iowa's going to go in, even though they're coming off a pretty hard game last week. And
right.
It was huge. But I think Iowa is much better of a team than Purdue. I think they're going to go in. They're going to beat the spread. Let's go Iowa.
Yeah. I mean, Iowa is tough, plain and simple. I mean, Purdue is not an easy team to come back on, especially in the fourth quarter with the way Iowa's offense is meant to be. They're meant to be up by 10 and drain it in the fourth quarter. So that was really impressed. I was impressed with Iowa, even though it was against my pick. But I like them, and I definitely like Iowa beating Purdue by 11.5. Probably they're going to beat them by 11.6 probably, but it'll be a close spread.
Mm-hmm.
Iowa, if you were talking about, we were talking earlier about Nebraska doing everything but winning. Iowa it's coming together at the end. It's just happening. And I think they'll definitely win. I'm worried about the spread, especially after their game against Penn State, but let's stay in the Iowa corner and to cover.
Well, there we go.
Okay. Oh, this should be an interesting game. Army at Wisconsin. Wisconsin's finally back at home. Wisconsin is picked to win by 13.5 points, getting up there in the spread again for Wisconsin. That's a couple times.
And they pulled off a win last week, didn't they?
Sure they did.
Yeah, over a big one over Illinois, apparently.
Yeah. Someone picked Illinois last week.
Should have gone with the not Illinois. Apparently that's the right pick. Whenever Illinois is in there, just pick not Illinois.
You got to look at this one, and I love and respect Army, everything they do. Thank you, troops.
That's right.
We're doing what you do. I'm really curious what happens when people jump off sides at Army. Like, how far does the disciplinary,
like during practice or something like that?
Yeah, you just got to think that there's some drill sergeant that says drop and give me how many when they jump off sides. I mean, that's a normal thing at the high school level. I got to think they take it up a few more notches.
A few at least.
I actually got to go to Camp Randall a few years back. Back when the Gophers had to beat them to get to the Big Ten title game. They had a lineman from Blue Earth on the team. So the whole Blue Earth team went down to the game, and all game long, I had a drunk college kid from Blue Earth yelling, "Quarterbacks don't win games. Nose guards win football games."
Oh my God.
So that's my best memory from being at Camp Randall.
Not jump around.
you know, as much as I dislike Wisconsin because they steal a lot of Minnesota kids from us, I still think they win by 2 touchdowns, which based on my Maple River background math, I think that says Wisconsin's the pick here.
Yeah.
Seth stealing all my picks here. I think Army is going to be an easy win at home. They're just going to ground pound the ball, 3 and outs. I think it's going to be a pretty easy win for Wisconsin. They're going to cover the spread. Wisconsin.
I'm not going to think much about this because I don't know what to think about Wisconsin. But I'm going to go with Wisconsin to win. They're not flashy and amazing like we're used to, but you know what? They seem to be doing well against bad opponents. So I don't think Army's, very good. They're not explosive. Let's go on Wisconsin.
Yeah, Seth, I'm surprised you didn't go with Army with their option quarterback, Christian Anderson. I don't know if he's related.
Yeah, must be.
I love the option on NCAA football back in the day. Super fun to play with Army.
It's going to come down to because number 2 in the country rushing, Army. Oh, gee, that's not a surprise. Wisconsin's defense, number 2, which is impressive considering who they played. Can they stop the run? I think they will, and Mertz will find a little success. So Wisconsin
passing game. Yeah. They don't have to be outstanding in the passing game. Just give them something and let the run game,
fizz out.
Give them a little relief.
All right, next game, we're going down to the FCS level. NDSU at Illinois State Salukis. NDSU is picked to win by 12.5 points. Goodness gracious, that's pretty easy.
Whoa, Alex. Whoa, I gotta stop you right there. Whoa. Know your Illinois colleges, Alex. Let me tell you.
Oh, is it University of Illinois? No, it's not.
Southern Illinois
Cardinals?
University is the
Cardinals.
Salukis. And I'm sorry for if we have a fan from Southern Illinois, I will be shocked.
That one fan.
Because that is a dump hole down there. Let me tell you.
Been to a lot of campuses. Let me tell you about Illinois State.
Southern Illinois University is Southern Illinois Carbondale because there's Southern Illinois Edwardsville. That was in the OVC conference. They're a little bit nicer school, but Carbondale is kind of a dump hole. It's a garbage campus, mediocre athletics. But Illinois State, I believe they are the Cardinals. A little further north.
Which one's the Salukis?
Southern Illinois University at Carbondale are the Salukis.
Oh.
You are talking Illinois State. ISU of Illinois.
I will never challenge Josh in geography ever again after that one.
Bingo.
Good. I only know Southern Illinois is the Salukis because there's a Maple River alumni who was on the Southern Illinois. They had a bunch of guys get hurt one year, and he walked on and joined the team, was on the team during NCAA tournament game one time. So
that's
the only reason I would know that. Otherwise, no chance. But Alex, before we make this pick, can you tell the Carson Wentz gym class story?
Racquetball. Oh, my only claim to fame, playing Carson Wentz in basketball.
Racquetball.
Racquetball. That's what I'm saying.
You said basketball.
You said basketball.
Racquetball. I don't play basketball.
Alex, you corrected Seth. You said, I play him in racquetball. So my claim to fame, I beat Carson Wentz in basketball.
Oh, well, as you can see, it's 9:30 at night. I'm getting a little tired here.
You're frick, bud.
Yeah, so played Carson Wentz. He was a freshman. I was a senior. And we both climbed up the tournament bracket. Championship round, me versus Carson Wentz. And the thing that got me is you're in a tight little box playing racquetball, not basketball. Yep. And the guy sweats profusely and doesn't wear deodorant, or at least didn't that day. So it smelled pretty European in there. Mm-hmm. And needless to say, he is an absolute phenomenal athlete.
He is.
Wrecked me in racquetball.
Damn it.
Dude is so fast and just doesn't stop. My only claim to fame, Carson Wentz.
Carson Wentz. Boom. Second place racquetball tournament class. Was it a class or was it like rec league?
No, it was like your curling class. It was a GPA.
Oh, yeah. So he got an A, you got a B. Not bad.
Hey, I showed
J term.
Yeah. GPA booster.
Do they have J terms at public schools?
Yeah.
No.
I was saying, and if Carson Wentz is listening, hey, Alex, challenge him to a rematch. Let's make it happen.
Let's go.
He's old and beat up now. You got him round 2.
Both his ankles. Let's go.
That's right.
Oh,
Wentz doll tournament. Let's have it.
Jeez.
All right. NDSU at Illinois State Cardinals.
Big O.
NDSU's picked to win by 12.5 points. Seth.
Jeez. You know, I love all the NDSU connections. Obviously, Trey Lance, he's a very common name down here in Waseca. My first year in Waseca, they beat us in the section finals. And then the next year, we actually ended Trey Lance's high school basketball career here in Waseca.
Let's go.
So that's our claim to fame.
Yep.
And Lindsay Whalen also ended her career in the Waseca gym. So a lot of fun NDSU stuff there, but
Where legends go to die, apparently.
legends go to die. We don't have a lot to brag about other than that. Our starting center off our state championship team last year is going to NDSU too. So I mean, all signs point to Bison country. I even tell our music teacher, he talks about the long history of alumni they have in their family. And I always tell them, you tell your, did you say goodbye? What do you say when you say goodbye to your son when you drop him off as a Buffalo?
Oh God.
Yeah.
You know, goodbye, son.
Bye.
That's my walk off.
All right, now I'll
Let's
pick
go.
them from here.
Sorry. Picks are over.
I really messed up that line. Bison will cover the spread though.
Yep. NDSU will win and cover.
Yeah, I was gonna say NDSU clearly covered last week. Just looking at it to confirm my pick. Let's go, Bison Thunder.
Yeah, I made the mistake. I picked, but what was it against you and I picked them to win, but not to cover. That was a mistake. Defense
Honestly,
at
Dad, I was nervous.
NDSU's defense is good and their offense is getting better. Quincy Patterson is finding his groove. They will definitely win and cover.
All right.
Fingers crossed. All right. Next game, Clemson at Syracuse. Don't know much about either one of these this year. Clemson's picked to win by 13.5 points. Seth.
I know Syracuse is bad. The weird thing is the first name I thought of when I thought Syracuse football was Greg Paulus. You guys remember him, the Duke guard?
No.
Don't remember him. He played 4 years at Duke basketball. And then he came back for a 5th year and he's like the starting quarterback for Syracuse. And they played the Gophers that first game of the year.
What?
Why I remember that, I have no idea, but that's the only guy I could name on their team.
That's incredible.
Can Clemson even score that many points in the spread?
That is the real question. That's going to be tough.
You know, I know they play good defense, and the only games I've seen have been against good teams. And it's been like they score 5 points, but Syracuse, unless they play as good a zone in football as they do in basketball, I just don't see Syracuse being very good. So I got to go Clemson.
There we go.
Yep. Clemson's going to win and cover.
You know, it was pretty sad because I knew Clemson was on the pick 'em list. And I was like, you know me. I mean, go back to the first episode. I picked Clemson to win the ACC. Not happening. Brutal pick. But I still like them. Still a fan of Dabo. Love the attitude. Love the mentality. I had to dig to the bottom of my T-shirt drawer. Like it's been sitting there for a while right now. Yeah. Just right here on the edge, trying to get up. But you know me. I always be my own guts. Clemson's going to BYOG. Let's make it happen, Dabo. Make me proud.
Yeah, let's not forget that Clemson got beat by Georgia by 7, and Georgia has just been lighting everybody up. So the defense is there. Despite Syracuse beating Albany and Liberty this year, I'm going to stay in the Clemson corner, not only to win, but to cover. Despite that 62-24 win over Albany.
Yeah.
All right, next game actually should be a pretty good one. Arizona State at Utah. ASU is picked to win by 1.5 points. So basically just picked the winner, Seth.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you a single thing about these two teams. I just assumed.
Tell me a story about something about
on, you gotta have a
Arizona or
story.
Utah. I know you
I assumed that Arizona State was close to where like Dean's Vacation House is or something.
Not quite.
No.
Yes, it is.
Well, an hour 45.
not even.
Half hour. What do you?
So
Josh
so
doesn't
there
go
you go.
down there.
Geography question, Seth. Don't trust me outside of Illinois.
Hey, Josh was up here. He came back to the pack though.
Yeah, welcome.
Geez, I can't tell you anything about it. I don't think Karl Malone's playing for Utah. I'll go with Arizona State.
Okay.
Yeah, Seth, whatever you were gonna pick, I was gonna go opposite on this. I'm gonna go Utah. Just change it up a little bit.
just had to change it up. You guys are neck and neck all the way down.
Go Utes.
Yeah. I was looking at this and I remember the Utes being good pretty recently. They've been ranked. I haven't seen Arizona State ranked. I'm also going to go the Utes. Let's go.
Alex Smith.
Oh,
Yeah, believe it or not, these two are tied. They're playing for the lead in the Pac-12 South, not USC, not UCLA. We're gonna stay with the Sun Devils. Jaden Daniels, he'll have a day, and Herm Edwards down there. They just don't make mistakes. They're not Northwestern, but they don't make mistakes. Arizona State to win and cover.
Oh, there you have it.
Next one should be actually a pretty interesting game. Iowa State at Kansas State. Iowa State is picked to win by 6.5 points. Seth.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. I seem to remember Iowa State being like a top 10 team preseason.
Correct.
Yes.
Correct.
They had game day.
Kansas State, I just am not impressed by them, I guess. I don't know. Maybe they're in the top 10. I have no idea, but I'm going Iowa State.
All right, we will differ again. Iowa State has not looked good. University of Northern Iowa almost beat Iowa State and their FCS opponent. So K-State has their shining moments. I think Kansas State is going to win this one outright.
Oh,
K-State.
all right. Not going to 100% agree with that, but Alex,
I don't either. So
you hit a very key component on the head there. Iowa State was just like Clemson, kind of. They were ranked very, very high, had high expectations. It's just not the same team as the previous year. They didn't reload as big as they thought they were going to. I think Iowa State's going to win, but I think K-State's going to give them a run for them at home because they're going to want their heads. So I'm going to say Iowa State wins, but K-State's going to prevent the cover.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same camp as Alex and on this one, but I don't know if I come back to the living room and tell Darla I didn't go for Brock Purdy. I'm in trouble. So Iowa State to win and to cover. Don't argue with Darla about Brock Purdy.
That's true. Yeah. She's got that sixth, maybe even a seventh sense. I don't even know.
all right, we're at our last pick. Kentucky, which I don't know much about this year, at Georgia. Georgia picked to win by 23.5 points.
Oh, baby.
Yeah.
Man,
Where are you
23
going,
and a half that's a large margin.
Big one.
I was gonna say, who's gonna win? But
Man. If the funny thing is, if it was basketball, Kentucky would be favored by 23 and a half.
That's right. Yeah.
this is correct.
Baseball, if the line was at 23 and a half, something's wrong.
Something's up. But we're playing football.
It's really interesting. I love UGA. I don't want to go against UGA. I'll go Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I haven't heard much about Kentucky at all this year. I'm assuming they're not that good. And
they're undefeated.
Oh, good.
And who did? And they
good team
upset
for Georgia.
Good team for Georgia to beat and cover the spread.
Yeah.
Georgia.
They throttled LSU. They've beaten Florida, beaten Missouri.
Listen here, folks. You heard it once. You've heard it twice, maybe even 3 times. I'm going to keep going with Georgia. They have had big spreads every single week. And you know what? They go out, they show up, they play, because that's what Georgia does. The only thing I can guarantee is not good whole weeks in picks, but it is picking Georgia to cover a big spread. It is in Georgia. They got the red show on. Cameron's still living underneath this roof. Let's go, Bulldogs. Sick 'em.
Okay, Cam, Georgia's going to win. This is the first time I'm going to veer away from my preseason pick to be national champion. Georgia will win, will not cover.
Okay. Be different.
I think there's something to be said about Georgia. They've been laying in the weeds behind Alabama for so long.
Yeah.
They haven't even hardly ever been talked about a lot because they always assume, well, Alabama's going to come out of the SEC, and this is kind of Georgia's first time truly in the limelight as the number one team in the country. So it's always interesting to see how you perform when you're the number one ranked team. There's comes a lot more pressure with that.
Yeah, you get that target on your back all of a sudden.
Yeah.
See, because I remember a couple of years ago, it was Alabama and the other SEC school was Georgia in the playoffs, and nobody even really talked about Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
So
I was gonna say, you live with a Georgia fan and an alumni. They are number one. They've been number one for the past 4 or 5 years. Okay. But seriously, this is the most Georgia football I've ever watched. Like, I literally have watched 3-4 of their games. They're solid. Now. They're having a battle. I wouldn't even say a battle right now because their season opening quarterback kind of had a shoulder injury, and then his backup came in. He's mobile. He's good on his legs. Georgia's good. I think they're the real deal. They're gonna make a run for it, and I think Dad's preseason pick is looking pretty good.
Which also, let's preseason pick to win the West was Iowa right here.
I think I may have picked Iowa. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. My picks are horrible, Dad. Okay.
It was 1 week, Josh. There's a lot of season left.
A lot of season left. I made a couple of different picks from Alex and the guests. Like, I just need them going my way. That's it.
Okay. Go ahead, Alex or Josh.
No, that's all I gotta say is Seth, we talked last year. You're excited to hear that we're doing this podcast. You made it. We are happy to have you here. Overall, everything you hoped and dreamed of.
Yeah, man. It's funny how I don't even know how I stumbled across your guys' podcast, but I found it on my own. I think I must have saw something that Dean put out there and I clicked on it. It was like, geez, what a cool idea you guys are doing. So,
right.
Man, I would love to do this with my dad, but I don't think he could figure out Zoom well enough to be able to do it.
Yeah, he's too busy golfing. Yeah,
there's too many golf matches to watch.
Yeah, what's going on?
Oh, could you imagine having Jack and Tim?
Woo! Oh boy.
Well, first of all, Grandpa Jack knows the names of the teams, and that's about it. I once sat through a whole football game with Grandpa yelling at some guy named Travis on the TV. And I finally said, Grandpa, who's Travis? And he says, it's the quarterback. He's been terrible. I said, that's Tavares Jackson.
That's the guy. Alex and I still refer to him as Travis.
Yeah, we still bring up Travis.
Travis. Oh my goodness.
Old, what's his name? You never forget a face.
Wonderful.
That's why he has nicknames for everybody, because he doesn't know their real name.
Yeah.
That's it. Just make something up and let it stick.
Yeah.
All right, Skip, let's do it.
Well, I just can't wait for all those Blue Jay fans to watch this. Oh, this is where if you made it this far, hey, click the like button down below.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you guys are giving me too much credit if you think I'm a social influencer.
Oh boy, we'll see what happens. I was gonna say, could be big in Waseca. We know I lost all my followers in Southern Illinois. That's okay.
Okay, Josh, bring us in.
Right. Yeah, this is awesome. Bringing in folks early week for us. Here we go. Sports Stars on 3. 1, 2, 3. Sports Stars. Woo! Bam. Perfect week. Here it comes. I say that every week. I've never done it.
Have you guys watched
Alex?
Squid Game yet?
What's that?
No,
Have you guys watched on Netflix Squid Game yet?
Oh,
no, the kids are
man.
talking about it.
Gnarly.
Oh.
Gnarly.
Is it in subtitles the whole time?
No.
They have the American voiceover and you can have Korean subtitles. So it's kind of frustrating for the first episode, but then you just kind of forget that they're doing it. And
So like, yeah, their mouths don't match up with the English words.
correct.
It's kind of close. So you hear English, but their lips don't necessarily match up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Get over that. It's a psychological thriller.
You've seen it, Josh?
Mm.
You've
Yeah, we hammered it in 3 days.
Yeah, it just sucks you in. It's different. It's unique. It's good.
I'm kind of like those Nebraska people, though. I can't read that fast.
Yeah, you don't have to read, Seth.
It's got American. It's got the American voiceover.
Do you have to click a button to get it to that?
Oh, Jesus, no. God, just press the GD play button. Oh,
I started watching the first episode. It was all subtitled.
it's not. It's you just close your eyes and listen to it in English and then realize it's in English and watch it visually.
Oh boy.
No, oh boy. And I